People are telling me to look at Judge Joe Brown's video. Let me see if I can find it. Judge Joe Brown. Is this the one you're talking about right here? That's it? Okay, here we go.
But I got to ask you about Kamala Harris. How you feel about her?
She's a piece of shit. I was in California. She lacked professional competence, and she worked on it by hiking up her hemline when she needed influence rather than researching. She's always tried to do the casting couch to get where she wants. Now, the problem is that'll get somebody to a certain level quickly, but you can't get past that level if you don't have competence and talent. So my thing about it is if I'm crude about it, in this city years ago, I used to represent a whole bunch of pimps and hoes, and I know a hoe when I see one. And I say this, I don't care, women, you do what you want to do if you want to have recreational sex, but when you do the casting couch or anything else for professional purposes to get paid or advance, you a hoe. And she's old hoe. And the problem is what is she supposed to do? Somebody, one of her sycophant slaves comes up and unwraps her in a carpet naked at Putin's feet, and he says, oh, yeah, I'm Julius Caesar. He said, no, ho, I got better stuff here already. Plus, I don't want you anyway, you old woman. Get on up, you know. Or Xi Jinping, is he supposed to be impressed? She's doing word salad. Well, we're here today because China and the U.S. are here today, and that's why we have to agree on what we're doing here today. Like, fool, what did you just say? Did you say anything?
Holy crap, dude. That is fantastic. I'm going to give him a follow. Here we go. This is when he was on with Kwame Brown.
Kamala Harris. Yes, she does.
Who?
Mrs. Imhoff, Vice President of the United States, who goes by her maiden name,
Miss Kamala.
Kamala Harris. She's got 2 Jewish children she adopted. She married a Jewish husband who's got a
I'm scared to talk about Kamala Harris. I'll let you have that one.
She's a witch, and she is a corrupt witch. She's been corrupt her whole life, and she fucked her way to the top.
Yes.
They used to detail this witch in the LA Times with her sexual escapades. She fucked damn near everybody trying to get her to be a frat hoe when she was at Howard. And she ain't black. You know,
I ain't got nothing to do with this, Miss Harris.
Nah, I mean, well, don't, but she's
I don't know. I'm just listening.
Well, here's the thing. I actually met her father in Jamaica. I was the guest, sat at the Governor General's table, and he was a professor.
Okay.
And he represents as a Hindu Brahmin. He admittedly has some Irish in him. All right. The person that Kamala Harris is saying is her black great-grandmother is, in fact, according to Daddy, in an article he wrote, which has now been cleaned up on the online edition of that magazine, was a Hindu house servant, not a black woman. So her mother is listed on her birth certificate as Caucasian, even though she's dark. But she's a Hindu Brahmin Tamil caste. Now, interestingly, do you know what the anthropological name is for what Kamala Harris and her parents are?
No, sir.
Indo hyphen Aryan. See, they are the original Aryans, but Adolf Hitler and his boys told a big lie. The blonde-haired, blue-eyed Aryans from the far north did not exist, never existed. They were the dark.
Kwame Brown is like so nervous right now. Kwame Brown's like, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
Dark to swarthy to paper bag brown, dark-eyed, dark, coarse-haired Indo-Aryans from India. Those actually settled Germany, and some other people came in from the steppes that lightened everything up a bit. So that lie is being told. So you get the Aryan Brotherhood, the Aryan Nation. What's going on is the Aryans, they claim to be one with, look like Queen Harris. You know, I guess what she did is, you know, LA Times ranked her out. I was out in LA, you know, when she was really
I can see this article.
Before that, she got out and they ran a thing that when she went to law school, Willie Brown, that was his mistress. They used to have guards.
I heard about that though.
Where they had one I loved. It was a scene, Willie Brown sitting behind a desk with his tongue hang out, and Kamala is raising up after doing him, you know. And they ran this thing where he got her a job with a medical supply company that did business with the city of San Francisco. He got her a gig for 15 hours a week for $72,000 a year, and you have to understand that was 35 years ago. And then when they carried a thing where she moved up to 20 hours a week, she getting paid $120,000 for a part-time gig, and he bought her a 750i BMW. She was earning that.
Dude, there's got to be some videos. There's got to be. Somebody has something. I'm just saying.
So then she had this thing where she was trying to get on with this big firm. They wouldn't hire, so she started screwing one of your buddies, an NBA player who was their biggest client. So she got hired. So then they ran a scandal sheet on her where she was trying to get on with the DA's office. So she started screwing the deputy chief DA to get on.
So what do you see? I mean, you have a lot of knowledge. As you can see, you got the chat going crazy. You have knowledge that span back 30, 40 years. So what do you
50.
see? 50 years. Yeah. Sorry about that.
So I graduated from college more than a half century ago. So it's been
crazy.
a while.
That's crazy. So do you see it getting worse with the media propaganda, or do you see
it
is. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So you think it's getting worse?
What happens is you've got some jackbooted, goof-stepping fascists who strong arm and take over the government. Then they take over the press, impose censorship, and they propagandize to stay in power. You had some pink panty wearing fascists who, instead of goose stepping, they switched and twitched. They took over the media, propagandized the people. Now they've taken over the government, and they are attempting to gut the Bill of Rights so they can impose censorship on you. Like,
dude, Judge Joe Brown ain't messing around. Holy crap. Like that was some knowledge right there. Let's see if he's got anything else over here. What does Kamala Harris have in her purse?
Live Log TV. If Hillary has hot sauce in her purse, what does Kamala have in hers? JJB barbecue sauce?
No, KY. She got a tube of KY.
Dude, okay, how many times I'm gonna have to hear the whole jokes from you until she lose?
Hey, it's a home thing. I used to represent a goodly percentage of the pimps and hoes in Memphis, where they had some real pimps and hoes.
So okay, but what if she pulls out a Judge Joe Brown barbecue sauce, because you know they're gonna film him at a soul food restaurant. You know she gonna have to stop in Tennessee, probably even Memphis. So what if she pull out your sauce at a barbecue sauce restaurant?
Somebody snatch it from my ass. I don't want the association.
All right.
Leave my sauce alone. Hands off of the sauce.
That was a good
Keep your funky ass with your funky greens in your bathtub. That's probably why you have such an odor about you, as you've been bathing with greens.
What she got in her purse again?
What's that?
What you say she have in her purse?
A tube of KY.
All right. Harlem Mill. Question.
Hillary had hot sauce and Tom Queen had KY jelly, lubricant.
Judge Joe Brown's all new barbecue.
Holy crap. Judge Joe Brown is awesome.